I want to create one of the biggest and most detailed cities ever built in Minecraft. This is Whiteburg City, and this is my master plan. While the city you can see on the screen already looks like it's been built, that's not the case at all. Since 2022 I have been working on this project, but now I've taken things to the next level. By creating a map of road layouts, parks and buildings, I have brought across into game the backbone of my new city. I've also gone through and handcrafted the contours and the topography for this place, so now we are ready to build. Now I'll be making time-lapse videos across the coming years to showcase the growth of this place, but first of all I want to talk about the contingent sections of this city and give you a little backstory to the lore of this place. The city of Whiteburg is made up of 9 borough towns. In the coming series of building videos, I will include as much of this as possible, but mainly focusing on the 4 central boroughs. These 4 towns have grown and joined together with 5 other towns across the last couple of hundred years, which make up the 9 boroughs, forming the main city as we see it in the year 1912. So let's go through the 4 parts of Whiteburg City I have planned out in front of us here. Starting with the smallest borough, Queen Anne's Corner, founded in 1701. It lies between Greenwich to the south, Hyde Park to the west, and Imperial Park to the north. The name Corner comes from the fact that the main section of this settlement is located in the corner of Greenwich Park and the River Avon and Hyde Park, a nice little pocket that it's grown up from. In the centre, Wilverley Square, there is a large statue of Queen Anne. Currently that's not there or planned, but there is a version of Trafalgar Square's Nelson's Monument there, which has been moved. This is the richest and most densely populated part of the city, playing host to skyscrapers, high-rises and all the headquarters for the main banks in our world, as this is the financial centre of the country of Whiteburg and by extension the world. This section of town also hosts 2 of the 4 main railway termini stations for the city, so it's very busy, very populous and very hustle and bustle here. You may notice there are a few buildings already built in this section. They are mainly Burr Street Station, the Langham Hotel and the Bank of Whiteburg. These have been built over the last couple of years and I plan on expanding out and using them still to be part of the section known as Queen Anne's Corner. Moving clockwise around from Queen Anne's Corner, we come to Wrensgate. This town was founded on the ruins of one of the oldest sections of the country. Wrensgate Old Town played host to the main college for Whiteburg, which burnt down in the 1660s. After this fire, it was moved up on the hill to the northwest, becoming the Imperial Institution and the town Imperial Park building up around it. The ruined town was replanned to be a Georgian/Regency model town with large squares and big crescents. There is also a central town square to the north, which features a prominent church and town hall. There is a station on the northern reaches of Ramsgate which takes the railway from Imperial Park through to Hampton docks. Carrying on clockwise, we get to the oldest borough of the city and the former capital town of the country, Hampton. This town is what sparked it all. The old walled city was once host to the crown and government of Whiteburg, with the white stoned face keep sitting on the hill in the centre, leading to the name of the whole country and town, that being Whiteburg, White Castle. This place ceased being the capital city formally in the 1850s when all 9 boroughs, the towns surrounding it, joined together to form that one Whiteburg City. This is the largest borough of Whiteburg, stretching from the tip of the docks down in the Solent all the way up past the Asylum Green and out east to the edge of the River Itchen. This area is very densely populated and is home to nearly all industry that can be found in the capital, with a large dock taking passenger and cargo to and from the whole world. This area is based very heavily on the city of Southampton pre-World War II, and I want to make sure that we try and carry on and build up that history for what was lost in that town. The date of our world, as you probably do know if you've already seen this channel before, is Terra 1912, so it's 1912, but the actual month is that of April 1912, and this allows us to build a version of the Titanic sitting down there in the docks. With the government of the country and the empire growing in size and stature, a new location had to be found to house its institutions. Now we move over the walls and around onto the old mudflats that were drained and infilled to make Greenwich Park. This is the section of Whiteburg City that you're most likely familiar with. The main buildings have been here since at least 2022. It houses the main parliament and other governmental buildings, along with a train station and other formal buildings. This is the heart of the city. This borough stretches north to meet Rensgate, west to the Avon, and northwest to meet Queen Anne's Corner. This part of the city is what I class as the pure centre, and it will play host to another railway terminus and a town square, that town square being based on Trafalgar Square. And there you have it. Those are the 4 towns that I'll be building for this video series, which will form, as I've said, the central hub of Whiteburg City. You may be asking though, what are those other 5 boroughs? Well, these are Linford upon Avon to the west, Imperial Park to the northwest, Beccles to the north, and Yarmouth to the northeast. The only town left is that of Ulverstoke, which sits on the headland between the Solent and the River Itchen. I might build this as part of the series, but it is yet to be developed. Saying that, these are the 9 boroughs that I have currently planned / built. I already know I'll be adding more to the south, and probably on the other side of the Avon as well. There is a section between Beccles and Yarmouth that requires infilling, and that will probably become a new town. Well, there you have it. That is my brain dump on all of this. The ideas, the story, the lore. Now let's jump in game and have a look at what I've got started so far before you start seeing these lovely time-lapse videos. Right then, well, that was a lot to take in, I guess. There is a lot to see, and I'm very, very excited to see how this goes. But I'm just going to start showing you guys a few little things I've already kind of blocked up here. So these buildings here are the government buildings, government offices that will feature sort of within the Greenwich section still. Queen Anne's Corner starts just up through there. So these buildings that you can see here are the ones that we'll be starting with in the building series. It looks a little bit messy around here still, but that's mainly just because I haven't gone through and completely upgraded my planning through here. These white buildings have been sitting around for maybe 2 years. Was it 2022? Might be 3 years. Oh dear. This building here is going to be the largest skyscraper in the city, the head of the Hampton banking group, and it's kind of a stacked version of St. Paul's, but when we get to building that, you'll see how it works. As you can see, this road through here kind of needs to be changed. There's a lot in this area I'm saving for a video when we get around to building that, because I want to show you guys not just buildings, but also like how the roads end up starting, how the planning carries on as we go through, because this whole area is empty here. So in the first video, you'll be seeing me build this, probably the park here, and I'm thinking we'll probably get round to building this little church next door. So this is Ellis Tower and Duke Square, and a bit more about those when we come around to the building video. Invented skyscrapers. None of these skyscrapers you're going to see around here are real, apart from this very big high-rise block through here. You can see across the rest of the city as well, I've kind of blocked up a few more things. There's where I've moved the Nelson's Column to, in actual Trafalgar Square. Although I do have the National Gallery marked out here, it won't be built. I'm going to be putting a different building in here, much more English Baroque, not English Baroque, Edwardian Baroque in there, which will feature as the City Hall, because this is, I mean, we're going to be flipping around all over the place, but this sightline is going to be epic. Now, it's not centered, but that's fine, because I don't think it needed to be. Not that it was a problem with scaling, it kind of was. I think it works very well, because, you know, you stand here on this corner, because you're not going to ever stand in that road there, you're going to stand here, and then you can see it centered. It's an optical illusion. But I did also place this building further to the left to make sure you can see up the road completely. So we're going to move over to this section here, which is King's Park, originally called the Royal Gap. It's a planned park slap bang in the centre of the city, and it's meant to allow for a clear view between these 2 cathedrals. One over there on the hill, the Cathedral of St. Nicholas, and St. Christopher, and one over here, the Cathedral of St. Nicholas. 2 buildings designed kind of by me. There's also kind of going to be some influences of, well, in that one, the works of Nicholas Hawksmoor, and in this one, the works of Sir Christopher Wren. What's nice is this is just going to be like a central park in the middle of the city. Over here, I like the fact that it sits on a hill. This was all handmade, by the way. I spent a long time doing all of these contours. Sure, I probably could have done it in World Painter, brought it in, put it all across, but doing it in game really gave me the ability to smooth it out and make them buttery smooth, and it was hard. But it's worth it in the end. So if you stand down here, you're going to see this cathedral up there on a hill. I'm already tempted to put up through here a nice set of stairs. You're going to walk up and have a look at it. The reason you can't see the other cathedral at the second is because it's actually 2,000 blocks away, and I haven't got the render distance set high enough at the second. But if you stand in the middle, they're both 1,000 blocks, so that's 1,000 blocks there, 1,000 blocks there, and they're actually kind of measured off the central dome of Greenwich House over there. It's crazy. I'm so excited to build all of this. So we're moving through the Royal Gap, or what's known as King's Park now, past what will be very large townhouses along the northern face of Greenwich, into the other borough in the centre here, which is Wrensgate. This is the Georgian made-up town. Lovely crescent through here at some point. We've got another crescent over there. The views onto the park are just going to be exquisite. But not just that, you've got St George's Hall from Liverpool up there on the hill. So if you stand here in the park, let's just say you end up walking here, because I think I'm going to put a path up through there. You'll have a terminating view in the middle of this crescent. Oh, the reason I went through and blocked all these things up is just to start having a look at sightlines. Like, you stand here, you come down from that church, you come onto this corner here, this main. I'm probably going to have to put like a centre island in here just to beef it up a little bit. But you're going to look that way, see the cathedral, look that way, see another cathedral, and it's just going to be full of trees, greenery. But then you're going to have these blocks of facades everywhere. Oh, I'm so excited. Coming through here, you've got the shopping district of Whiteburg City. This is Spitalfields Market. It's going to be a indoor market area. Then we're going to have some shops through here and through here. This whole road through here is shops as well. That's going to be Harrods. And then we've got some other shops there and there, hotels. And that brings us through onto the hill of the old city of Hampton. Now, as I mentioned before, this is based pretty much entirely on pre-war Southampton. I've taken liberties and made up my own sort of central section over there. There is a part from Portsmouth that's been put in there, so anyone from Southampton, you're going to be upset that I've actually taken the Guildhall from Portsmouth and slapped it in the middle of Southampton. But what's interesting is a lot of this landscape was built around this tunnel portal here. So we've got a railway station there, which connects up into Imperial Park, and that kind of acts as the barrier between the two cities. So with that, the railway line comes through, it's going to go into this hill here and tunnel underneath the city. And you can see the path through here, and it pops back out over here. And that's our main train line. That will carry on up into the other part of the city up here, Beccles, and further on to Yarmouth as well. But what's been great is just being able to have this mapping game. This is the Zero's world map, and it's been excellent for planning. Amazing. Speaking of train stations, we've got another one here. We've got this one here, which is mainly Charing Cross, but it's going to be underground. The only bit that's going to be open is this with a nice glass roof. The route will carry on through here, past the palace. Yes, we're going to have a palace, and back out here underneath to the docks. And the docks are huge. As I mentioned before, we're going to have the Titanic sitting there on the dock front, waiting to leave on its maiden voyage. So the last little bits I want to show you is coming through here. We've got the old city walls of Hampton. So these are based on Southampton city walls. You can see the ground up here is at a different level than it is down here. And I really like that dynamic. So you can stand on the walls and look across and over the top of the parapets at the city, the new city from the old city. In my headcanon, all of this was reclaimed at some point as well. So this original hill, as it is in Southampton, is the original landscape, with most of this being built on sort of flats and seabed. Coming down to the main palace, so this is at the moment Buckingham Palace. I haven't changed anything, but I will be building a different facade on it. I think it fits nicely down here. So it's at the end of the Mall, which at the other end is where we have the steeple. So this is all the bit I have been building for the last year or 2 years. And you can see it already is just like a small little section in what will be a much grander or wider city. So the sight lines is going to be excellent. You're going to have the palace down there. When you stand up here, you're going to see the steeple, the National Monument of Whiteburg up the other end as it loads in there. Oh, there it is. Look at that. It's crazy. It's going to be a beautiful view. And then from there, you're going to also be able to see the hustle and the bustle of the docks working over here. So you take the road down past the Mall, down here, and this brings you out to some of the passenger ferries. So this is going to be a pier, which takes you out onto ferries that goes up and down the Avon. Another one here as well, but these are the big ones. So I have just taken the docks of Southampton as they were in 1912, and I'll be using those as my basis. But you can see just how vast this is going to be. And then this is where the Titanic will sit. I've got so much planned, and there's no excuse not to do it now. I'm just going to sit here and chip away, building by building, road by road, building a very big Minecraft city. Look at the sightlines on that. So come along with me as we build Whiteburg City over the coming years, and I do mean years. This is going to be my main project. I'm going to stick with it. It's been on and off for a couple of years, but now there's no excuses. So guys, look out for that first video. It's going to be on the building a skyscraper in my Minecraft city for the Ellis Tower, and we'll just carry on from there. So until next time, remember, get inspired, get building, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.